Hello students and all over the world. As you know that my name is Zedika Electro and my original name is Zodi Zeleke. So in my today's Euro video presentation to all of my students is last time we seen about this electromechanical systems, especially the sub branches of electromechanical systems. The world is currently applying in different manufacturing industry, in different aerospace technologies, in a different technologically advanced zones in our electromechanical systems are used in such a way in a conventional electromechanical system model, a microelectromechanical system model, and the nano electromechanical system model. So there is my last time presentation in my YouTube channel. So in my today's presentation, I would like to present you about the microelectromechanical system. This microelectromechanical system is some branches of electromechanical system. So, by the way, when I said the term electromechanical system, this term was firstly introduced for the world at the very first time from the United States of American Technologies of Institute, and some European countries said this electromechanical system as electromechanic, not electromechanical system. They said normal electromechanical systems which gonna be applied in different zones, and some Japanese countries and other Asian countries are said this electromechanical system as electro machine. So starting from the conventional electromechanical system up to the nano level electromechanical system. A little bit, these conventional electromechanical systems are usual in our daily life, especially we are using those devices in our daily life applications, starting from what I mentioned earlier to all of you. But this micro electromechanical system is a little bit different than the conventional term of electromechanical system. So this micro electromechanical system is things are integrated within a single chip. So these chips are most of the time the chips are different models of chips are designed currently in technological zone. That chip is what we call it a silicon chip. So these silicon chips are the very good parameter in order to build the some kind of devices in a micro level and nano level. So when we see about the configuration of the electro and micro electromechanical systems, so these all things are, by the way, integrated together and to make or to form the micro electromechanical system. So the microelectromechanical system, this MEMS system is integrated with these things, a microsensors, microactuators, microelectronics, and microstructure. So each and every component is which gonna be integrated in these things are in a very micro level or in a micro zone. So let's say the microsensors are in order to sense the environment. So this the environment means the mechanical properties of a certain things, the thermal properties of a certain things, as well as the chemical and some other terms are gonna be sensed by this microsensors. So the microsensors are used in very versatile areas nowadays. What I mentioned earlier to all of my students in the entire planet. So these microsensors are in order to sense the environmental situation and the environmental phenomena. So what the environment looks like, let's say temperature or the thermal properties of a certain system can be studied or can be sensed by this microsensor. This microsensors are able to sense the thermal apparatus or thermal status of the condition, the temperature, the heat, the humidity. These all things are sensed by these microsensors, and after all, the microsensors are able to integrate with this microelectronics. So these microelectronics are single devices which are basically mounted in a certain physically applicable component. So these microelectronics are able to send an information or able to send a signal for this microactuators. So this microactuator is taken some kind of signal or information from these devices, and which can able to perform the devices, whether it's gonna be on the same mode where it is performed, or which is gonna be in a shutdown, or in a maybe it is a stop or start. This the actuation mechanism is gonna be applied or gonna be operated by these micro actuators. So these all things are integrated together in micro level. So that system is what I mentioned earlier to all of you, is a microelectronics. So in generally these micro electronics or the micro electromechanical systems are the combination of those all devices together. So it is application is very versatile. It's a very huge nowadays. So because some kind of devices are built in a very micro level, in a very small compacted size. So those very small compacted size have ability to perform a very huge applications, or a very huge systems in the entire planet of the humankind. So this micro electromechanical system basically a microstructure. So the microstructures are like the entire system, which is gonna be include those all things. Look, this the arrow indicated that this and this thing is this microelectronics and the microsensors are integrated together or linked together, which can be communicated with digital wires. Now, in such kind of a nano electromechanical system, the configuration mechanism is not by analog wire. So wires, as you know that in a technical world, there are two types of wires. So the first wire is in an analog wire, and the second wire is in a digital wire. So some kind of wires are basically implemented in a device is what I call it the digital wire. Additionally, the sensors which gonna sense the external environment, the thermal property, the temperature, the humidity, the heat property, as well as the mechanical property. The mechanical property that the velocity, the position, the acceleration, and the mass. So these are the mechanical properties, by the way. So when you say about the mechanical property, those devices, especially the force, the mass, the mechanical properties, especially force, mass, displacement, velocity, and acceleration are some kind of mechanical properties. Other than that of the thermal properties, what I call it the heat and temperature. So these properties can be sensed by this microsensor, and this microsensor are able to send a signal to this microelectronics. So this microelectronics can accept some kind of information from this microsensor, and which gonna send a signal. That signal may be in order to perform the thing is like as the machine or a certain system wants, and this microelectronics send a signal to the microactuator. The microactuator again sends to the which is integrated in the microstructure of a certain physical device. So that device are able to perform the devices, maybe shut down, or maybe stop, or maybe start, or maybe continue in the usual operational mode. So this is all about the versatile application, I mean the integration of this the micro electromechanical system. Look, this is the systematic integration of the micro electromechanical system by Zode Zaleke. By the way, this schematic structure is not be available in the online world, so this is compiled and built by me. So maybe those students who are working in the research area, especially the engineering students, this schematic are able to use you, especially in your normal class level, as well as in research methodology, because these things are integrated together. So here are microsensors, microelectronics, microstructure, microactuator, and there are the micro electromechanical systems are in a under it. So